What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian, right out of Oklahoma City. I got my co-host, Southern Flame, Don McIntyre, joining us this evening. And I also have the band Brave the Sea. We got Vito and Maddie. Here we go.
Oh, no! Oh, boy! Ah, here it comes! The motherfucking Loud Spot!
I think I just made that. I think I need to turn it up a little bit, the volume on it. All right, before we start this episode, I do want to remind everyone to please subscribe to our YouTube channels. You can find us on all podcasting platforms. And that's all I got about that. So hit that subscribe button and hit that bell. Okay, Brave the Sea, the very first Celtic punk band. If that's fair to say, right? Celtic punk?
Yes, yeah,
Band to have
definitely.
on the show. And I do got to say that we have a mutual friend in Stacy Dawn with Shockworthy Promotions that actually introduced us to each other, and now they are here on the show. So how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing this evening?
Good. I mean, we're recording this on a Tuesday. I always feel like Tuesdays are like the worst day of the week. Like Mondays suck, but like Tuesdays, you realize you're like just as far from the weekend.
Because you're in it, like you're in it, like you're like now
you're in it
on the
You're
ride.
dedicated now.
You're already tired from Monday, and you've already got like Tuesday under your belt, and there's
It's like
It's just baby Monday.
It's like Monday, like getting onto the roller coaster, and like Tuesday's like that long, slow climb up.
Yeah,
before
Which is
ride
the worst
starts.
part. It's
Yeah,
the worst part.
Tuesday's when it breaks down halfway, and you're just like, oh my god, I'm
Wednesdays are when you get to go. Hell yes, it's almost over.
Yeah,
Right.
'cause you're finally starting to hit some of those loops on there. So you guys started out in 2015,
Yep.
but the band apparently was named something Pirates,
Yep.
some pirate name, and then the band name changed now. Matt, Vito's actually were you in the band first, and then Vito joined on later on as a singer?
Yeah. So Vito and I have known each other since like T-ball. So we grew up together for a long time, and we like went to high school together, did like drama club, and like sang and did a bunch of like folksy acoustic stuff, and never like took it anywhere, just like hung out all the time. So when I started the band, I didn't have his voice of reason to tell me, don't name it A Pirate's Life. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. But nonetheless,
I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
it was cool for the time, because like, it was like my first band going out and like doing things. We were doing covers of like Celtic rock songs and like sea shanty kind of stuff. So like in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is fun. Let's make sure that the name is fun and like people understand what they're getting into. And then when he was working a pretty terrible job, and then when he left that job, it gave him a lot more flexibility to sing, and I'm like, dude, we need to do a band together finally. And he joined.
Yeah.
And that was about the time that we realized, like, oh crap, like we need to not be as campy as we are right now. We can't dress up like pirates anymore and like do this. Let's like be real about it. And there's nothing wrong with like being campy and being goofy, but as we started writing more songs, we got away from that. And we're just like, it's kind of hard, because you look at like other bands, like Ailstorm is one of the bigger like pirate bands, and they just kind of like went all in. Like they still release, like everything is just about being a goofy pirate. And like, that's fine if that's your like that. I mean, we have songs like that and we still play those songs, but like just our natural songs that we started writing after like Vito joined the band were a little bit more like, okay, well, what if we did a song about like, I don't know, not the ocean or pirates and stuff. So that's why we changed the name of the band before we released our first album, to kind of broaden our audience. But we still named that first album A Pirate's Life.
Right, I saw that. Yeah. I think Brave the Sea is a better name, and I think A Pirate's Life is a little more SpongeBob-y.
Yeah,
a little bit. But I like SpongeBob. So
I love SpongeBob. Yeah. If you follow us on Twitter, I am like constantly posting SpongeBob quotes and GIFs. Like I lived that show, man.
So evolution. Yeah,
just absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Vito, were you always into Celtic music as well, or you just like, screw it, I can do it? Was that always like one of your favorite genres of music, or you're just going with kind of the flow of what the band's idea is?
Yeah, no, I hate Celtic music. No, I'm probably more into like Celtic folk music and Irish punk than Matt is, honestly.
Okay, cool.
And I lean heavy into like the sea shanty bits, and I like British folk music and sailing music. I listen to that in my free time because I'm a nerd. But no, it was a super easy choice. When he started the band, I was like, I have to be involved. And one of our more popular songs, "Drinking Problems," we wrote in the middle of like this arboretum in our hometown with an acoustic guitar and a dream, and like that was our like campy goof off play at bonfires song. And then A Pirate's Life was doing that, and I was like, you got to let me help. So I would come up on stage and sing that with them or with him at that point. And then when I quit my job, I hate my job, kind of same vibe there. Quit my job, got more flexibility, joined the band. It was a no-brainer. Like, it's the day I quit my job, I was like, all right, I'm jumping in. When do we practice? Like, we didn't even ask. I just jumped.
Have you guys toured and stuff already? I mean,
yeah, we just did a St. Patrick's Day tour on the East Coast in around St. Patrick's Day this year, and it was kind of like good karma coming back, because we had almost the same tour planned when COVID hit. And it was literally just days before we were supposed to leave that everything, shut down, and we're like, oh crap. It was, I think the day before is when our first show got canceled. And, so like on one hand, it really sucked when that happened, a couple of years ago, but like we really dodged a bullet not driving, all the way to Boston, for example, and then things shutting down. But yeah, we did a tour. We hit up Boston, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, did a lot of the East Coast a couple weeks ago, and it was fantastic. Like it was nice because it was our first time playing out of state since the pandemic and all of that. Like we've played some shows around Columbus and stuff.
And the Scotland show.
Oh yeah, we did. We went overseas and played a show.
Did you really?
Too. Yeah, we did.
I
forgot about that.
I feel like Celtic music is way, like, when it comes to the United States, is way more popular in the East Coast than it is the West Coast. Like even if you don't have a big following anywhere, and you're just like some brand new Celtic band, like you started like yesterday, you're gonna have people on the East Coast that are gonna dig it. Then on the West Coast, it might be less. I've always loved that kind of style of music, and I'm from California, but it's just not as. I mean, most Celtic bands, I guess, are like Boston area. You guys are from Ohio, right?
Yeah, we're from like the Columbus area. We're a little bit east of Columbus. Place called Nurkahaya is what we name it. It's always funny when someone asks me like, where are you from? I'm like, oh, Newark. And they're like, New Jersey? And I'm like, nope.
We're from Columbus.
I actually had a guy like get mad at me once because I said we're from Newark, and he thought we meant Newark, New Jersey. He's like, he was from like,
there's only one Newark. God damn it.
He was from like the Bronx. So he's like, you're from Newark, New Jersey. And I'm like, no, man, we're from Newark, Ohio. It's, right.
Okay. I guess the New Yorks don't like the New Jersey.
Yeah, exactly.
They're beefing over there.
But yeah, I mean, you got Dropkick out of Boston, and they were the ones that really kind of, in America at least, like blew the scene up. And you just get so much of that. We played Boston back in March, and just walking around that city, you can understand like it's so similar to like European cities, like when we were playing like Scotland, when we were in Ireland and stuff like that, where it's just like it's no wonder that like the East Coast and like Boston, where all this history is coming from, that they're drawn towards like the Celtic style of music, because it's so similar.
And I should have researched this before, and I didn't. So I'm probably gonna ask a really stupid question. People are gonna be like, "You fucking idiot!" But I do want to know. People relate Celtic music to like pirates, right?
Yeah.
Do you know why that is? Because I don't know why that is.
I think that what it really boils down to is instrumentation in a lot of cases, right? Like I play the mandolin in the band, and mandolin, lute, those folksier instruments is, that's what was around when you're like on a ship, accordions and, all these instruments that can generate more than like one note. Right. So aside from like other instruments that were popular during that time, which were like brass instruments and woodwind instruments, it was a lot harder to like be on a ship and play like a clarinet and, make people happy. But like if you had an accordion that can do like this stuff while you're singing on top of it, it made it a lot more, and then that kind of bleeds into how the folk music and like the Celtic area was.
Yeah,
too,
that,
so.
that
Right.
makes sense. I'm gonna go.
Well,
I'm gonna
and-
go with that.
And Vito, that was the first time I heard you speak. I know you said you hate Celtic music, but baby, you have got the accent and just you have that whole vibe, so it fits you perfectly. I've always been into Flogging Molly, Dropkick Murphy, so I'm interested and excited to hear what's coming up. I haven't heard you guys yet.
Oh dang,
So-
yeah.
Right,
picked
so
I
I'm
picked a
looking forward
slower
to it.
song. I picked a slower one because I've always liked the drop kick. I always love the fast, whatever.
Yeah.
But I like the slower shit too because it really brings out. It really shows the band's, I guess, maturity or how or it's easier to write a fast song than it is to write a slower song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's all. I
Well,
was gonna say about
one of
that.
my favorite songs by Flogging Molly is "The Devil's Dance Floor," and it's
Oh,
that
yeah.
constant going,
Yep.
and it's a lot of fun. So
With
yeah,
that
I
tin
really
whistle
love
and
it.
everything. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love
you
it.
definitely picked White Wolf out of left field. That's for sure.
All right, good. That's what I like to
Like,
do.
You think of
Right.
us, and it's like all the songs that we would normally play or show people, and then White
Yeah.
Wolf is not on that list.
It's
not for any
good,
reason. It's still good,
yeah.
but it's like, oh, that is not our core, like, I don't know, marketed vibe, but it's still
Right. No, and I know that because I watched a lot of your other videos, and I asked. We'll see. Now, to be fair, I did ask Maddie earlier in the day,
Yeah, I signed off.
and which
on
he
it.
did
no,
not
you're good.
read
I'm
the
with it.
message I sent him. I said, "Which song do you want me to? Do you have a song you want me to play?" And I was like, "I'm going to pick this other one," and he didn't respond till right before the show started. I was like, "Well, too late. We're fucking playing it. We're playing this song now."
Play the deep cuts. Go for it.
Yeah, dude.
You
I love
you
it.
gotta
I'm
be
looking forward to it.
let's play this song right now, and then I got some points I want to bring up. Okay, here we go. This is White Wolf by Brave the Sea.
Do it.
Hearken to the tale of your witcher, dancer of silver and steel. All for coin does he kill and deliver monsters and ghouls with such zeal. Such was the way in days past and gone, when kings and their queens would call the unseemly to court. Brave white wolf and dashing companion, seeking lilac and berries of goose, singing and laughing from Medern to Velen, and the emperor's high courts of fools. A feast of surprises and curses most foul. A queen and her king did call the unseemly to court. Now a young girl, born of love's true endeavor, takes up a sword in her hand. Though just a child, she bears something greater than anything yet seen by man. With mugs full of ale and eyes full of dreams, sit by the fire and hear now the tale as I sing.
There, I'm muted here. Hold on, let me unmute Dawn. Dawn, you muted yourself.
I did. Damn it.
Okay,
I was just talking too. I saw, wow, holy
I
shit.
want to have a lighter. You know that song reminds me of you're fucking hammered at like 1:30 in the morning. The bars are closing down. You're singing that song, and everyone's just singing in a group to that song. It kind of reminds me of like it's like obviously different lyrics and stuff, but like "Kiss Me, I'm Shit Faced."
Yeah,
it kind of gives you like the same kind of
except
vibe.
this is the version that if everyone's dressed up in their Renaissance, outfits with swords and like shields and stuff, like, oh yeah, good battle, man. Like,
Oh, see, he goes with the battle, then I go with drunk.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm saying they're drunk after the battle. They won the battle, but they're all like, knights and stuff.
Fair battle.
Fair battle.
So
Or
yeah,
not.
fun fact about Dawn. I'm a huge fan of Celtic Irish music and I love it. One of my favorite aspects of the music, the storytelling behind it.
Mhm.
Yes.
So
agreed.
the music hit off perfectly, the vocals are strong, and then the storytelling, which makes the Celtic Irish music, is there. Wonderful job, guys.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm impressed. Great job.
See, I picked a good one.
You did.
You did. You did. Yep, you picked the right one. That's for sure.
Sure
You
did.
guys do a couple cover songs also, I think, right? Yeah, I
Got a
saw you guys
handful.
did a Christmas song. Had it been Christmas time, I would have played that Christmas one.
Yeah,
That was
dude.
pretty good also.
Awesome.
All your
Yeah.
songs are good. And most of them are faster than that one. So yeah, anyone that's watching this, go check out. They got a bunch of videos on YouTube. You guys got a whole lot of videos.
Yeah, we try and do like cover stuff on YouTube where it's like, oh, what if Ronnie James Dio sounded like a Celtic punk band?
Like a fat kid
is
from
one of them,
Ohio.
So we got a lot of stuff on YouTube. We're also on like Spotify and stuff. We've got 2 albums out and a couple EPs and stuff. But yeah.
Well, I'm fixing to start a radio show. We are sponsored and promoted also by, and we air on Radical Online Radio. Shoot me over in an email at dawn@theloudspot.net and MP3.
Awesome.
And I'll put it in my rotation when I start there.
Cool.
So-
Sick.
It'd be great to have something different on there, and I'm impressed. Send me a few with the MP3 versions.
Cool. Well,
That's
Great job, guys.
What when you start when you say you're going to start a Celtic band, you really got to go in because you got an accordion, you got the mandolin.
Yeah.
Like you can't you have to do it. And all your other and most of your songs, do you normally have an accordion playing as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We got a dedicated accordion player. He started as the bass player of the band because none of us I don't know. Maybe there are certain areas that more people play accordion, but nobody in Central Ohio that I've ever met in my life is like, oh yeah, I'm an accordion player.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Even casually.
I don't personally know, and if I do personally know one person that plays accordion, they've never told me they played the accordion.
It's a shameful thing, They want to hide it themselves.
There you go. Quit hiding.
No,
That's
it's-
so interesting.
It's not something you brag about.
It's super nice we have one because obviously we're missing a violin piece or a bagpipe piece, the big ones you hear in Dropkick and Flogging. But no, the accordion's a nice anchor. I think without it we would just sound like a weird pop punk band that's trying too hard. But it's super nice, and we put a lot of effort into getting a good accordion, and he's put a lot of effort into learning it and becoming really good at it. So it really is the cornerstone of the sound, I think, in a lot of ways, apart from just the way that things are written.
Yeah,
You
not
guys thought about playing the bag? Anyone thought about buying some bagpipes and learning how to play it?
Every day.
Yeah, been thinking about it. It's
But
an
they're
investment,
expensive,
though.
huh?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
expensive. But
Yeah.
not only are they expensive, but they're difficult to pull off live, in the setting that we play, right? Because it was the same thing that I was running into with mandolin, and definitely what we were running into with accordion, where it's most of these instruments are folk instruments that are set up where it's you don't really have mandolins that you plug in. You gotta buy I had to get
gotta build that.
pickup for mine, and
Mhm.
especially with accordion, it's typically you're not plugging an accordion in. It's about using the acoustics and maybe setting a mic up, but we're playing rock music, so we're jumping
Right.
around, we're moving around.
Yeah. At one point we had a guitar. He had a guitar with a piano off to the side for the MIDI, and that's what he played for a while because it was so hard to get
Yeah,
the damn
just
thing
mic
mic'd
up
and taken care of.
accordion, but with bagpipes. So with the accordion, it's, he invested in a digital like one that's really cool. Like this
That's
thing
awesome.
sounds exactly like an accordion, but you can plug it in, you can make it like keyboard, and with my mandolin, I was able to get, they do mandolin pickups and whatnot. But with bagpipes, like as a wind instrument, like, I mean, even when I saw like Dropkick Murphys and they bring their piper out, he's got to stand in a certain spot so that the mic hits him, and it's like,
it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's like it's a cool sound, but like as a rock band, like you're isolating one person on the stage, so it's like, making those logistics work too is tricky. But I mean, yeah, we definitely want to experiment with bagpipes. It's just
that'd be cool. I think I've said your style of music on, I think I said like Celtic more than I've said anyone else's style of genre on this show ever. No, I don't even say it.
Metal.
I don't know how many times I said that word. Like, it's probably like 7 or 8. I don't know. That's
right.
So funny. I normally don't do that. It's just such a unique style of music. That's that's probably why it's not like just your regular metal band or hip hop or country person we may have on the show, or a pop artist or whatever. So 5 years. Oh no, sorry, 7 years, but 6 years with Vito, right?
Yep.
And 2 studio albums.
Yeah, 2 studio albums
and some singles.
Yep, singles and EPs. Yep.
When did you realize, was it a very serious band off the bat when he started, or were you guys still just kind of fucking around? Are you guys even? But you guys are serious now. You guys are we're doing this.
Yeah, I came in and I settled everybody down. I was like, all right, listen.
Yeah, big
Boss
joke.
man arrived.
It did not happen that way.
Yeah.
No, it was a goofy start. It was a goofy ride, and we're still goofy and dumb. It's just we realized that we wanted to do this. Like, this is what we want to do. We want to quit our jobs and do this full time. And I mean, the gimmicky pirate thing, we weren't 100% committed to, so we didn't do it. And we pivoted and we shifted. And that was the evolution, natural progression of things. But we are still dumb and goofy and do dumb shit.
But that's great. That's the fun aspect of it. You
I
suck
know.
the fun out of it. You suck the joy out of it. So
yeah.
Hell yeah, have fun.
Yeah.
What are you guys planning on? Do you guys have any tours lined up for like 2022?
Yeah, we are working on another run on the East Coast in September. We've got a couple of shows that are tentatively confirmed, but we just started the process of booking that out about a week ago. And then we're also going to be, we got a couple of shows booked for the summer as well. I can't talk about some of them yet because they haven't released like lineups and whatnot. But yeah. We definitely, you definitely going to be able to catch us live here in the remainder of 2020.
I wish you guys would come like to Oklahoma or like do like a West Coast thing. That.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Do you guys have a booking agent and a manager, or is it just all your own?
We're all DIY.
How much money you got?
I mean, like, I'd love to not be a DIY, and maybe it's like part of the Celtic thing. Like we've gotten really good traction and like just analytics, good Spotify streams and stuff. And I don't know.
Yeah, you guys got I looked at it.
Yeah.
I was like, let me see what these guys got before I let them on the show.
I feel like
you got 66,000 some of that monthly listeners as of like right today.
Yeah,
but
so
like we've
4 of
reached
us
out
work
to
in
like,
marketing. Sorry, my bad.
I was just
4 of us work in marketing, so we get to cheat a little bit.
But
Okay,
we've reached out to like people to manage us, people to book us, all this. Like we don't want to do this work. Like it's kind of like DIY, not by choice, but we'll still do it. And like I don't know if it's the Celtic band thing where they're just like, oh, that's a little too weird for me. And
I wonder if it's hard to book you guys with other bands though. Like I know several booking agencies work with like harder rock bands, and for them to pick up someone like you, it may be harder because I guess they would just throw you on with any kind of, I guess, a punk group, really.
Yeah.
Who they'd probably throw you on with.
We've played with metal bands, we've played with rock bands, we've played with punk bands, we've played with folk bands, and it's always gone over well, because like we've got a pretty good breadth of types of music that we cover where it's like, oh, we're going to be playing with kind of like a more acoustic-y act. We'll just play, these 6 songs because they're more like that versus like we played the Maryland Folk Metal Festival a couple of years back. So we're playing with like, like we're supposed
power
to be playing
metal.
with, Tanger Cavalry. We're playing with like Lure and Frost Giant, and they're like power metal, like Viking metal kind of stuff.
Right.
So it's like, oh, cool. We'll play these 6 songs, and they all went over well too, But then,
awesome.
So it's like, I don't know if that's if it's, you know, not having played too many tours yet or what it is, but I mean, in the meantime, like, we're fine doing the DIY stuff.
Yeah,
because it's just what we've always done.
Mhm.
So
and it's worked out pretty well. But I
Yeah.
also think it's like Celtic, when you look at it from an outside perspective, Celtic punk, Irish rock music, you have like 1 week of the year. And at most you have 1 month. Like you have March, and that is the only time that you're viable. I'm thinking is like maybe the opinion some of these guys have. Like we play with all these different bands, we play different genres, and we do different things. But like, how do you book Celtic Irish music that isn't around St. Patrick's Day, or that isn't around Salty Dog, or that isn't around when, you know, Dropkick or Flogging is doing a tour? Like, who sparks the interest in that? Because it's obviously not sparking itself. So we try to branch out and bridge that gap a little bit, but that's like the only thing I can see, because we're cool and we do stuff and we want help.
Well, I was wondering, you said you're coming to the East Coast. Are you coming southeast to Alabama?
not yet. But
Okay.
we do have,
Well, I have some suggestions for you, because actually there's a big following here in Birmingham, Alabama. And I have several different venues to suggest to you guys after the
That'd be
show.
awesome.
If you would like, we can get in touch and
We're-
go from
We're
there.
really good friends with another Celtic punk band out of Atlanta called the Muckers that
Mhm.
they tour up the East Coast and down around there all the time. So like that would be cool because we'd be able to meet up with them and maybe
Right.
do like a leg.
That'd be great.
Vito brought up an interesting point where, you know, I didn't think about that, and you guys probably didn't think about starting the band. It may be harder to get shows around St. Patrick's Day. It's gonna be easy to probably really book a show because of the style. But outside of that, but you know, I guess because I listen to different kinds of punk music and Dropkick and stuff, I don't really relate it to St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
But most people probably do.
Yeah. And for us, it's weird too, because we've got a big Celtic festival here in central Ohio that happens in August every year. So I almost have always felt like there's been multiple St. Patrick's Days throughout the year, which maybe
Right.
that's what kind of drew me to like Celtic music, is like, oh, I could play this, you know?
Yeah.
So it's
and
like-
we just live that life anyway. Like we
Yeah.
listen to that any day of the year. So
But,
Is Celtic bigger in Ireland or Scotland or?
oh, Scotland. You
Scotland?
know where it's huge is Italy and Germany, and like mainland Europe it's unreal.
cuckoo.
I'll tell you where it's not huge. Oklahoma.
Yeah, man.
Except me. Except in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've
No.
noticed down on the and Gulf Coast, it's really big down there too.
Yeah. They have like all
Mississippi
the
area.
pirate
Big party
festivals.
community, yeah.
Florida,
Yeah.
South Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. Yeah.
Anywhere
Well,
there's a party or nautical things to be had. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What you guys? I do want to talk about. We're getting it off here pretty soon. I do want you to stay on the show though after we play the outro song, because Don has some questions after the show. I do want to mention your guys, your t-shirts on your website. You guys have some really neat merchandise. One of the shirts I saw that I liked was like an octopus.
Yeah.
Kind of really cool. I mean, seriously, you guys got some great merch. And you guys designed that all yourselves also, or do you have?
Yeah, so our drummer, he's friends with this guy named Dan Lerner, who goes by Omni Graphicon. And he's done artwork for like Ghost and Metallica and stuff, but they like grew up together back in the day, and he's done the majority of our artwork. So, you know, the Kraken, Murders 3, t-shirt stuff. So he's done all of our t-shirt designs, and he's incredible. So
That is so cool. You can find all your stuff. Like I said, it's all on Spotify, Apple Music. I think you guys have a link tree.
Mhm.
I went there, and that's where I went to your YouTube, and I was able to go to your website, and that's where I saw your merch on there. And
But did you
Yeah.
see the OnlyFans?
no, I subscribed actually.
Someone's
So-
got to make some more content. Vito.
Somebody has self-confidence issues.
Still waiting for my nudes to come. What's the name of your website?
BraveTheSeaBand.com.
There you go. And seriously, people, go check out their music videos. That's all the time we got for the show. Vito, Maddie, thank you so much for joining. Shout out to Shockworthy Promotion, Stacy Dawn, for hooking us up. And when she sent you guys to me, I was like, finally, you're getting me now a band that I want to talk to. Good job with that, Stacy. We love you, and we really appreciate it. That's all the time we got. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like I said earlier, and check us out on all podcasting platforms. It'll be Monday night when this thing airs. That's all the time we got. So peace out. Rock on.
Much love.
And much love.
Thanks,
Gotta find
guys.
the outro. I found the
Later.
outro. Here it is.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is the Loud Spot outro by nothing short of tragic. Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does nothing short of tragic have its back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Yes. A pimp host has a pimp show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.
Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to click the like and share button.
Don't forget to go to our YouTube and subscribe.
If you want to listen to our audio and pick up some cool merch, go to www.theloudspot.net. Peace out, rock on, much love.